So to create a properties in JavaScript, we use get and setters, right? So how a JavaScript property. Okay, if you can just use it, property in the JavaScript, you can see it is created like, or else let's say get in JavaScript. Get method return a specified element from the map object. You can see get is available. Get. Okay, get is there, set is there. Both are available. These are from the JavaScript, not from Angular. Sir, why use new? Where new I used? Sashi, could you please tell me quickly where it is? In which line number? This is not the function, it's a property. Getter property. These are property. Okay. Vendor name and vendor rating are the property. Yes. No, but it should be used as a method only. Sumit, because like JavaScript, as I told you, everything is using like a method only, right? 13, 14, 15. Okay. I'm using new keyword now. I'm instantiating, like this is an object where this object is belongs to this particular class, form group class. Okay. Okay, let's do one thing. I'm going to build a form so that you will come to know. I'll go to my HTML part here. Okay, I'll go to my HTML part, react to nested form that we are having. Now here what I can do, I'll take a div where I can give container hyphen fluid, that what I can say, and I'm using H2. Let's give product register, and after that I'm going to have a form where I can create. Now you can see whenever at the time of creating the form, as I hope you might know, we should be giving what? We should be giving what? Form group. With what name we have created? With what name we have created? You can see I created like a form over there with the help of form register. That means it is must to give the name that what we have specified here. With what name? Form register. I created like this. This is the first one. At the same time, when user submit it, I'm going to submit his data. Maybe let's say register. I'm going to use form register dot. Let's have a property that is value. Now I'll be copying this one and I'm going to paste it here. A new method which will be displaying the data, so that I'll be taking a data here and the type as going to be an any, and then maybe I'll be using an alert JSON dot stringify that what I can give, and whatever the data we are having, we will be getting and displayed it over there. That's it. Now I created a form. Now this form, you can see we have like, two fields are available, name and price, and internally it comes with another form again, right? Am I right? Tell me. So that what I can do, I'll be using something like this. Let's say I'll take a DL tag and where I can give some H3 or whatever. Let's say product details I can give. And after that, I'm giving the DT where I can give the name. And after that, DD that what I can say, and input type as going to be, let's have the text. Name ID, if you wanted to give, you can. Otherwise, you can simply remove and give one property, that is form control name is equal to whatever the name we are having, you can just give that particular name. Now here you can see we have the name itself name, so that I can give that particular one. This is the one. Clear now? And the next one is going to be what? I'll be taking a new DT here. Okay, I'll be taking a new DT here. second one is going to be price that we are having. Now for the price, you can see for the price, I'll copy and then let me write input type equal to text, and then where I can give form control name is equal to price has to be given. That's it. So I have two here. Okay, I have two here. Now what I want to do here, I'll create another one. So how do I create another form? That means here only. Shrikant, do I need to take another form tag? The answer is no. That's up to you. Like whatever, like if you want to take, you can. Otherwise, what I can do, I'll take a div. Now this is going to be become as form group name. Now you can see we have form group name is equal to now with what name we created here, you can just give that particular one. That means here, this is a nested form. Form should be one only, but internally what happened? We created another form. So we created like this. And apart from that one, the remaining things are same. Again, what I can do, I'll take a DL tag, and in that the first one is going to be the DT, vendor name is available, and then we go with the DD, and input type is going to be, let me have the text, and then I'll be writing something like this. Yes, we don't need to create with the help of form. Just you can use form group name. That means you can have any number. We should have only one form, not multiple. Okay, not multiple. So that again, what I can do, let's give form control name is equal to whatever the name we wanted to create, you can just give. That means with what name we created earlier, just you can see it's a vendor name. It's a vendor name, so that I can give that vendor name. And after that, let's have DT, and I'm giving vendor rating. I can say I'll be giving another DD here. Okay, another DD here. And for this one, I'm using input type as going to be a number. Okay. And then, I'm sorry. Okay. And then form control name is equal to with what name we created, you can just give it over there. Give exactly the same name. Better you copy paste it, or else like if you can remember everything, then that's always good thing. Now I'm giving like, the vendor rating. Now this is how like, the form is going to. Now once if it is done, maybe I can have a button that is going to be, we'll say a button that is register. Now save it, and then you can see how it is going to be. Maybe let's say app reactive nested form is available. I'll copy this and then go to my index.html, and then I'll be giving this one. And at the same time, I'll go to my app module, reactive nested form component, and then I'll be using that over here and save it. And now you can just run that application where I can give, let's clear the screen, ngs-o project is equal to forms demo, that what I can give, right? ngs-o project is equal to forms demo, that what I can give. Deepu, like anything you can give, that's your wish. It's all about like how you're understanding. That is matter for me. Okay. That is matter for me. Okay. Now you can see when user click on it, it is giving me 19 or something. I'll be writing, let's say, a vendor. Maybe let's say I'll be writing the name as going to be Srikanth. Sorry, the product is going to be, let's say, 1+ I can say, and the cost is going to be 21K. Vendor is going to be ABC Industries or something. And the rating is going to be maybe, let's say, 3 I can give. When user click on it, now you can see I'm able to get the values. But as I told you, if you can remember, forms are going to be used. That means the reactive form are going to be used to perform dynamic operations. That means dynamic updates. If you people wants to do, there you can use it now. How we can use it? I'll show you a simple one. Maybe let's say when user click on a button, I wanted to update something. So how I can do that? Let's go to here. I'll create another button here. Maybe the button type is going to be, you may give a submit over here, or else button type is going to be button only. Just to create a button. All right. Just to create a button, and you can give the type attribute is going to be button, that what I can say. Okay, button, that what I can say. And when user click on it here, then what I can do, update, click, that what I can give. That means I'm going to write a simple function here, in which situation we have to use the nested form. The situation is created by your company and your project. They asked you I need to have a form. Inside that, we should have another form which may take different detail than at that time. Okay, we don't have a particular situation where we can use. Now here, see this detail. Generally, people are needed only the product detail and product price. But I just wanted to, that means as an admin, I'm an admin. As an admin, I wanted to see what the vendor name and vendor rating also to give the vendorship. But for normal user, maybe it is not required. So that what I can do, I'll take the normal detail and along with I'll create a separate group, and there I can get only the vendor information. Understood? Hello. Right. Now you can see I'm going to an update. I'm going to update it here. So how could I update it over there? That means the partial update also it is possible. So now what I can do, I'll update only 2 values, guys. Just assume that I'm updating only 2 values. One is going to be, let's say the price I'm just updating. Another one is going to be maybe rating only I'm updating. That is what we call it as patching. Patching means it's a partial update. So how we can do that? You can see this dot. We have what? Form register. There I'm going to patch the values. Patch is something like partial update. That means you can see we will be doing an update partially, not complete. You can see patches the value of the form group. It accepts an object with the control names as the key and does its best to match the values to correct the control in the group. It accepts both superset, subset of the group without throwing an error. That means I'm going to update, let's say, only the price. Okay, I'm going to update only the price. Now the price is going to be, maybe let's say, I'll be giving 70,000.00. And at the same time, I have a form vendor, and in that, I'm going to update the vendor rating also. Maybe I can give 4.1 or something I can give. That's it. So now this time you can see what happened, when I execute my application. Okay, when I execute my application is still under that execution. Now you see we have the data. Okay, we supposed to display a name for the button. Okay, update. Now you can see when user has given the name as going to be OnePlus and I'm giving 21K as the price, vendor name is going to be ABC Industries, and the rating is going to be 3. The time when user click on register, this is how it is going to be, right? 1 plus 21, vendor name and vendor rating. But you can see the time when user click on an update here, when I click on, let's say, an update here, is it updated or not? Tell me. Hello? Hello. Right? You can see it's a partial update, not even like, the total one. You can see maybe, let's say, iPhone 15 I can give. Okay, iPhone 15, and the price is going to be, let's say, 70K, and the name is going to be DEF, okay, Info Systems or something, and the rating is going to be 3 I have given. When user click on register, it is got registered and everything good. But I don't want to change iPhone 15 and I don't want to change the vendor name. I'll change the price and rating so that I can use a patching. When you user click on an update, you see only these two are getting updated. And how I can do that? By using a patch value method. You can see that we have what? A patch value. That means from the form, I'm going to patch the value. What value I'm patching? It's a price, and at the same time, I'm going to change the rating of my vendor. So that is how it is going to be. Okay. Nothing difference. A form can be created, another form. Just for like, it's all about, that is what I'm telling you. See, segregation, man. Implementation is completely same, but segregation is important. That means the differentiation. Vendor details in a separate group. Okay. Product review details in a separate group, like that. No, even in database also, Vishal. For that, we need to write an API. Service calls has to be written. And if you can write a good service call, then it will go to the database also. Yeah, it is same like end of the day. Okay. Just like an example where you can have multiple forms if you have, then this is the best option. Okay. Now you can see maybe I can give PS5, PlayStation, and giving 40K, and the name is XYZ, and some rating is going to be 3.3. When I click on register, now you can see we get it. When user click on an update, is it getting updated here? Tell me. Is it is getting updated? Tell me. Why it is not getting updated? Why it is not getting updated? Right. No, it is because of alert. But yeah, you can see we can do that like, without having the property also. But why do I create like, the properties here? This is going to be your assignment. Just identify what is the need of the property. Even without property also. I don't want to give Abhishek. Again and again, same thing if I explain. Even I am also getting bored. At the time of like, discussion like what you people are doing there. Okay, now you can see my question is here. My question is here, why do I need this particular property? That is my question. Okay, when do we use a property? That is my question. Maybe you can just check that and do let me know, so that we will be working on it. Right. Right. So this is all about the reactive form creation and all. But we have another approach is also there in very recent time. That is what we call it as form builder. Form builder is available. Form builder in Angular. Most of the time, recently, we will be using this one only. Most of the time. Now, what exactly? Form builder provide a syntactic sugar that shortens the creating instances of a form control, form group, form array, and it reduces the boilerplate, boilerplate needed to build the complex forms. So that means what here exactly, the form builder, what it will be doing. Every time, you see, when I use a new keyword, it create a new instance or not? Tell me. Yes or no? If you could observe here, I am creating what first one instance for form group. And after that, I created another instance for the name, another instance for the price. That means the time when I use a new keyword, internally what happened? It creates different instances for us. It creates what? Different instances that what it creates. If that is a case, obviously it requires the more memory to capable of holding these many things. That is what the reason what Angular framework was done, I guess in 10 or 12. I didn't remember exactly the version. The latest versions of the Angular, instead of using this form control, form group, form array, whatever we are having, all together we can handle with one object. That is what we call it as a form builder object. That means form builder is a service. Form builder is a service which follows a singleton design pattern. Now, what is that advantage here? It maintains a single object across the form level, so that obviously we are able to get good performance. That is the reason where these forms are going to be used. But we have an advanced stage of the form that is going to be a form builder, that what we are having. Understand? That is what we call it as a form builder. The new one. This is the new one. Nowadays, the latest versions we use this one, but the older versions, if you can get a chance to work on Angular 8, Angular 7, Angular 10 also, I guess we go with the previous approach. The approach, whatever we discussed, that is fine. But the latest version from Angular 12 onwards, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the recent one is the 16. In this version, 90% of the scenario, we will be using what? Form builder. Now, what is a form builder? It is a service. A form builder is a service, I can say. It uses singleton mechanism. Okay, it uses singleton pattern, I can say. It uses the singleton pattern. Okay, it uses what? A singleton pattern, which means it creates single memory. It creates what? A single memory, I can say. Now, how we can use it? As it is a service, we can inject with constructor of the component, I can say. That means as it is basically a service, so that we can inject with the help of what? Constructor, I can say. That is how it is going. Now, it contains different methods like we have three methods. One is going to be group is one method. Group is one method. Control is another method. Array is another method. Three methods are available. Now what group will do here is it uses or else it is used to configure a form or child forms. And next control is available. It is used to configure a control, I can say. Third one, we have an array. What is the purpose of an array? It is used to create an array of controls. It is used to create an array of the controls. If you wanted to create, there you can use it. So like that we are having, and I will show you like how we can do that one. Another example, I mean, maybe the same example otherwise, but form builder is very important. Even in interview also, you will be getting this one. So that is where just observe that. If you are not understanding the form builder, do let me know. It's quite simple one, compare with the remaining. I'll right click, open with integrated terminal, and I'm going to create a new component here. Let me write ngGC for component, and the name of the component is going to be form builder. Okay, form builder. Click on OK. Okay. Now you can see we have the form builder. In that I'll create the form. Sorry. In that I'll create the form and do everything. Now, as I told you, the first thing is going to be, as it is going to be a form builder, what I can do, I'll be using a constructor to inject form builder, which is of type form builder, I can say. Now, this is available under Angular/form. I am using it. Okay, I am using it. Second thing is going to be, I'll create a form. So how do I create it? Public. How do I create it? Public form register, that what I can give is equal to, I'll be taking this dot. Now you can see this dot form builder dot. We have a method that is group method, and here you can have the controls. Am I using new keyword here? Tell me. Am I create a new here? Tell me. Okay, that's it. Okay, no need to create like, a separate object for everything. One time instantiation is done, the injection is done, then we need not to use it. Okay, that is how it is. Now how I can use it? Let's say I want to create a name. Then this dot form builder dot. Okay, you see we have control. Now give the name of the control, whatever, value of the control, whatever you want to do. This is the first one. And in similar way, you can see a price that what I can give, this dot, FB dot, okay, FB dot, control I can give, and where I can give 0 order. Okay. And after that, I'm going to write something like form vendor, which is also this dot FB dot, I will be writing a group. This is also, I'm creating it as another group now. And again, here also, what I can do, vendor name, I can say vendor name. And I just wanted to give this dot, FB dot, we have control. This is the name. And after that, let's say vendor rating, I can say this dot, FB dot, it is also a control. Maybe I can give 0. That's it. That means what is the difference here? The difference is all about, a process. A process is only the difference, apart from nothing. That means in previous case, what happened? We did like, with the help of what? Form group separate object and a form control separate objects. We have created many, but now everything we can do with the help of what? An object, that is what we call it as form builder. I used a form builder object in order to implement everything. Understood? Hello? Clear or not? Tell me. Hello? That's it. And the remaining things are like, as it is, like we don't have much differences where you can create the form. The remaining things are same. When it comes to the HTML part, even I can copy paste from here also. The same HTML we supposed to use. I'll copy that and then I'm going to use it in the same HTML. You can use the same HTML. Just the only thing is going to be, you may create like, the register. Just it's an alternate. That's it. Nothing about, it's not like, the complete new one. Okay. It's not completely new one, but what it do internally is going to be, it just provides an option to remove like, multiple object. Instead of creating multiple object, we will be creating a single object. That is only the advantage that we are having. And remaining everything is same. You can see I have like, update click. When user wants to update, what I can do, this dot, you can see form register dot, we have same patch value. And in the patch value, what you wanted to update, maybe I can update, let's say the price as 70K. And at the same time, we have farm vendor. Okay, farm vendor. And here, vendor name is going to be XYZ InfoSec. That's it. Yes, it creates only one object. Apart from everything is going to be the same. It creates only one object. Apart from everything is same. Nothing different. Because if it is like, let's say 10 or 15, then it's okay. Those many objects it get created. If my form is having, let's say 20, 30 field, then it is unnecessary, right, to create those many objects. Tell me. Yes or no? Why should we create those many? So that is the reason. Generally, people may follow this approach. Okay. Right. So this is how the reactive forms are going to be, generally speaking. That means generally like what we have it in the reactive form, we started with, if you can just, I'm giving the summary. We started with what? A form group. Okay. And after that, we created form control. Each and every control is represented with form control. And after that, I told you like, this approach may create multiple objects. So that is the reason the latest versions of the Angular, we go with the form builder object is available. Now in the form builder object, again, what happened? We have a group method is there. which is used to create the group. And we have a method that is what we call it as a control used to create the control. And we have another method that is an array, not that much important, but if you wanted to have a look, you can do that one also. Okay, you can do that one also. That's up to you. Now, how to perform the validation part? So here, the validations are implemented. A complete validations are going to be, just a minute. There is somewhere I missed the statement terminator. Okay, nothing. It's done. So where I supposed to implement the validation? Because like without validation, we are not going to be used in practical environment. Generally, how we can do that? Validation is the good part in reactive forms. How we can implement? How we can implement? Now here in reactive forms, we will implement validations at controller level. Did you remember the last session? What we discussed, we have implemented the validation at client side only, right? Did you remember? Yes or no? That means we don't need to configure any validation at the UI level. Okay. All the validations, that means here we don't need to configure the validations at UI. Everything you must have to configure at where a controller level. And generally speaking, a controller is nothing but it's a component icons. A component level only we can use. Now, Srikanth, how it understand? For that, okay, in order to implement validations, we have a service that is validators. Validators or validator. I'll show you like, in IntelliSense, validators object is available. Just it's a service, I can say. Now what it contains? It contains different validators like, okay, maybe you can apply the required, or maybe you can apply minimum length, or you can give max length, or you can give pattern, etc. Okay. So that means how it would be. The syntax is going to be like this, guys. We have like, maybe let's say form builder is available dot maybe the control and initial value as empty I'm giving, and then you can give the validations here by taking what an object. That object is going to be validators dot what you want to do. I'm going to use something like required. After that, validators only, I guess. Validators dot min length. Understand? And here you can specify the minimum length. That means we have a service. The service name is going to be validator, and there you can specify whatever you want to do. I'll explain you like with a simple example. For you, what you need to do is you supposed to complete the assignment what I have given you on the last day. I guess like I asked you to implement the Naresh IT form with the help of a template driven approach with all the validation. How many of you guys have done? Hello. How many of you guys have completed it? How many of you guys remembered first? Tell me. In class today, we have 180 members. Only one person responded. Means like remember remaining people not even listen the session. Then why you join and why you're wasting your time? Tell me. Okay, I will show you an example how we can do the validation part. But you people like I'll show you like a good example now. I mean, which may cover like few one or two validation. But it's time for you to upgrade yourself to follow like all the validations in the same form. Whatever that assignment I have given, same assignment only, nothing changed. Okay, nothing changed. But implement that with the template driven and implement with the reactive. Both the cases implement with validation. I will show you another one right now here to demonstrate about this. Let me go to the terminal and I am going to use my command prompt. I'm going to use my command prompt where I can say ngg c for the component and the name of the component is going to be reactive validations hyphen skip and hyphen right. Now what I can do, you can see I'll be doing the basic steps to run this application. Go to the index, save it, go to the module, reactive validation component, save it. Now you can see, okay, fine, it is working well. Now I wanted to make use of like, the form builder only in order to do the validation part and all. So how we can do that? Just simply, let's say, the first thing is going to be, we will be having a constructor where I can say private form builder. Let's go with the form builder here. This is the first one. Second one is going to be, I'll be creating a simple one, public form register that what I can give is equal to this dot form builder dot. I'm going to call a group over here. And inside the group, first property is the name, this dot control dot, sorry, fb dot control. And here you can see the first argument, if you can observe that, what is the first argument? Tell me what is the first argument here. Tell me what is the first argument. You can see that. What is the first argument here? Form state. Now, what is meant by form state here? What is meant by a state? State is nothing but the current available data. Or else like, the initial data that what you guys wants to have. The initial data that what you guys wants to have, that is nothing but the state. Initially, I don't want to give any values so that I can give a empty value. And after that, you can observe that when I give a comma, it is showing me the option, form control options. Our initial value is default true. And you can just come down. Now you can see non-nullable true. And you can see async validator. And then if you can go to the fourth one, it is ask you to give a validator option. That means what are all the validations you wanted to specify that you can give it over there. Now what I can do, I am going to specify something like, very good, validators dot, see that we have all the validations are available. I can go with the required validation. Suppose Shrikant, I want to add another one. Give a comma, validators dot. After the required, just give me a minute. Now you see validators dot. I can say something like minimum length. Maybe I can use 4. You can see that. Like that, n number of validations that you can apply. Let's say I wanted to have, let's say, for an email, maybe I can give an email. For that, how can we? This dot form builder dot, I'm sorry, control, and give an empty value. And after that, give the validation. Validators dot required. Validators dot. Okay, email you can give. Any design pattern, if you wanted to give, you can just give it over there. Yesterday, I have told you, let's say mobile, this dot, FB dot, control, I can say, and here you can give the mobile empty. First one is going to be, let me give, validators dot required, validators dot, you can see regular expression is also there. That is what we call it as pattern. Now it is asked me to give the pattern where I can give +91. Okay, and after that we should have the digits. Okay, we should have the digits and 10 digits that what we wanted to have. So like that, any number you can give. That's up to you. Validators is going to be an object basically. It's an object where you can, where it comes with like, many 99% like, these are enough for us. Now, once if it is done, how I can build it? How I can build it? Go to here and I'm going to take a simple div where it comes with the container hyphen fluid, I can say. And here I'll be taking a form. Now the form will contain what? The first one is going to be, let's have form group. Now what is the form group here? I can say form register is my form group. Okay, this is the first one. Second one is going to be, very good. Second one is going to be the control. So I'll take a simple H2 registration form, I can say. A registration form, I can say. I'll be taking a DL. Let's have the DT. Maybe I can give the name. And after that, I'll have the DD. I can take an input type as going to be the text, I can say. And then here you need not to specify any validations, guys. Just what you can do, you can give form control name is equal to, with what name we created, you can just give that name. That's it. Shikant, then how about the validation? All the validations are applied automatically. Okay, all the validations are applied automatically. You don't need to do anything. Shrikant, then how I can display the validations if this is a case? I can show you that only. Let me take another same like yesterday. What we did, whenever like if user has touched the form, okay, or else whenever if user has making it as going to be an invalid, then only I want to display. So that what I can do, I'll take another DD. I'll be giving the class as going to be text hyphen danger. But when it should be displayed, whenever if user has touched this font, right? So how do I do that one? How do I come to know that? For that, what I can do, ng if is equal to Suppose if the name is very good dot, we have a property that is touched. Why we have this one? Just a minute, please. Property name does not exist on the type. No, name is not identified. Form control name equal to name, okay. Ng if is equal to name dot. Name only. But now we don't have. No, it was already there. The property name does not exist on the type reactive validation component. We do have. No, these are like, the form level property we can directly give. Mm. Why it is not identifying? No, yes. I got it. Anyhow, I have given you it as an assignment to you. Here, like, the thing is, we created, like, a form only, but internally it comes with a child. If you wanted to get that particular child, then what you can do is you have to create, like, the properties. That is the problem. That is where, like, I asked you, like, to implement, but I forgot that. Actually, this is going to be the form control. Okay. It's going to be a control of the form. I'm going to return because, like, these are not accessible outside. We should create as a property. That is only the reason. I'll be using this dot. Now you can see name dot. Sorry. This dot. I can say form register dot. We have the get. And there what I can do is I'm giving the name. Whatever, like, we have as a form control. Okay. Now this approach we have till 14. The previous approach what I have showed you, right? That is this approach here till 14. The previous one was there in 15 onwards. That means you can see here in this example also, I used here, right? See this. In this example also, if you can go, I used properties, I guess, reactive nested form, I guess. I used properties here, right? Yes or no? This approach only, we have it in 15. They simplified. But Angular 14 and below version, we write like this. Just to differentiate you, I have written like this. Okay, na? Hello. Now this time you see, we don't have any error. If you can just go to your previous one. Do you have any error here? That is what I missed actually. But the same thing, I'll do it for the remaining also. So see, like, okay, the question like what Abhishek is asking, but sir, your version is 15, so why you write like this? If I am not explaining like, in 14, if how to write, suppose if you are getting like, the 14 version or 13 version, then this might not work. Then what you're going to tell to others? Shrikant is keep that. Shrikant is not explained that. Am I right? Yes or no? That is where previous example I have explained like in one version, one way. That is where I go with another way. This one. This is also supported. Still, it is not deprecated. But maybe in the next version, they might get deprecated. That is where I'll just give an email, and here also email. The last one is going to be, we have it for mobile, so that I can use the mobile here, and here also let me give the mobile. That's it. Now you can see we don't have any errors. Now what happened? This div has to be displayed only if the name is touched, the property is touched, and if it is going to be invalid, then only I want to display. But we have like, that errors are available, different error. Then how could I display those error messages especially? That is where I'll take a paragraph. For that also I'll be giving ng if is equal to. Suppose if name dot, okay, name dot, we have an object that is errors object dot. If it is going to be required, then what I can do? What I can do? I'm sorry. Okay, we should write like this. I'm sorry. So I'll be writing name is mandatory. Like that, specific error you can display. Now, what errors we have given here? Minimum length is also there, right? So that I can say min length. So name is minimum 4 characters mandatory. Like that you can write, and you can create a simple button just to show you. The remaining you can apply, register and save it. I'm not doing anything, just register it once. And now you can see why it is not coming. Am I not executing? No, we have not. Then it should show me. Okay, regular expression, there would be some issue. Maybe you can just search like, which expression. No. Everything is good only. Actually, it is showing, this expression is wrong. Maybe you can search in internet and give a valid one. Okay. That is the problem. Let's save it and then come back here. Now you can see we don't have anything. When user click on register, I have to submit the request. Just a minute. Let's have submit is equal to register. Sai Dinesh, you open your camera. Okay, if it is intentional, okay, I'll see you. But otherwise, like, please close. Let me copy this and paste it here. Okay. Now you can save it and then come to here. When user click on register, now you can see. Why validations are not applied? Strange thing. Okay. I didn't touch it, right? That is where you see there. When I touched it, then it is showing me name is mandatory. Okay. When I write something, name is going to be minimum 4 characters. It is mandatory. Okay. Understood now? Earlier, like what happened, we implemented this here, like, with whenever the form is touched, sorry, the form is submitted, we have given generally. That is the reason where, like, it is showing me, but now I go in a different approach. So this is how, okay, this is how we will be maintaining. Now for you, the assignment is going to be complete this example and at the same time, okay, at the same time, whatever I have explained, asked you to implement it in the template driven form. Okay, same thing has to be implemented again here. So what I can do is I'm going to post you like, the complete form project. Let's say D drive, full stack Angular example project.